What is going on, Set Free Fishing? It's Jerry here, coming at you with a much needed, way overdue sit down sobriety video. We're going to talk about sobriety, and the topic today is going to be the topic of acceptance and what acceptance means in the walk of sobriety. And we'll talk a little bit about how I'm doing in my walk of sobriety, and just, update life in general, and all the blessings that I've received in sobriety thus far. Before we really get into it, I want to read this. I guess it's kind of maybe like a poem or something. It used to be my screensaver for a while. Acceptance. Acceptance is the answer to all of my problems today. When I am disturbed, it is because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me, and I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it is supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing, happens in God's world by mistake. Unless I accept life completely on life's terms, I cannot be happy. And man, that couldn't be more true. I struggled with a lot of anger issues because of that very reason. Just being controlling will haunt you in sobriety. If you want to have control of everything, it'll keep you falling down, because control is something we don't always have. We can control certain things, but most of all we can control is us and our emotions. As soon as we let someone else start affecting our emotions and changing our emotions, they become in control of us. And I still struggle with it today. I'm not perfect. I'm only human. I still got a lot of things I got to work on when it comes to the department of acceptance. And I think I'm getting a little better, though. I try to accept things as they are, and a lot of it happens in my work life. Things don't go the way that I think they should go, and I struggle with it, and it makes it a lot harder for me to get up and go to work sometimes because of the things that are going on. And the faster I accept that, hey, this is just the way it is the way it's going to be, and I accept that situation, I get up and go to work, and I'm a lot better off when I mentally prepare myself that way. Acceptance is key. We got to accept the fact that we can't do certain things that we used to do because it'll trigger us. And there's a lot of things that I just steer clear from. I steer clear away from bars. I steer clear away from certain places in my town. Certain people I steer clear from, and I got to accept that they are who they are. Though I love them as a person and they're like family to me, or some that are family, I got to accept that I just can't be around them because it'll be toxic for me. So once you learn how to draw them lines and accept the fact that you got to be 100% in this. You can't be, in the Bible it talks about being lukewarm for Christ. You're either on fire for Christ or you're turned off. You're not on fire for Christ. You can't be lukewarm. He said, if you're on the fence, teetering back and forth, he'll spew you out of his mouth. He does not like lukewarm. You got to either be on fire for Christ, live your whole life for him. It's the same way with sobriety. You got to be all the way in it. You can't teeter the fence. You can't go back and forth. For the longest time in the beginning, I was doing that, and even now I don't go to as many meetings as I should be. They are very important. Though they ain't what keeps me sober, God is what keeps me sober each and every day. Meetings are important. For one, it gives me a lot of material that I use on my sit-down videos comes from meetings. So they are very important to me because I learn a lot of stuff. Really, I learned how to accept me for who I am. I got some more stuff written down here. Being able to just accept the fact that, acceptance is key. Accept the facts as they are. It takes a little practice and time. Learn to accept help from others and use the tools the program has given you. Accepting help from others. I know me personally as a man, men are very prideful. I'm not saying that women ain't either, because they can be too, but we tend to have a lot of pride towards, I can do it myself, pull up my big boy pants and do it myself, tackle it head on myself. And we don't have to do that. We don't have to. First of all, we have God to lean on. He sent his son Christ so that we wouldn't have to lean on ourselves. We can lean on him, and he does intermission for us to the Father. We pray to him, and he intercedes for us. So this is not a by yourself battle. This is first of all, AA is a we program, and we got to accept that there's others in this program that's willing to see you succeed and wanting to see you succeed and willing to help you, complete your goals in your walk of sobriety, whatever goals you have set. There's plenty of men and women that's on your side that wants to help you. So we got to accept help. If it wasn't for me accepting the help of the detox center, I would have never made it this far as I am right now. I had to accept that I couldn't do it alone no more. There was no way I was staying sober on my own determination, and I had to accept the fact, for me as a person, for others it's different. For me as a person, just church alone wasn't enough for me. I needed the program of AA to help give me the tools I needed to continue in sobriety. Though church is great and it's a place where you go to get your strength and get your courage and get your wisdom of the word, it just wasn't quite enough for me. I needed that plus AA. And when I received both, I received grace like I've never received before. And I had the tools in my tool belt to help me conquer each and every day, because it's a one day at a time program. Be aware, prepare to change and work on you. You have to have the mindset of change. You're gonna have to change some things. You can't stay the same you. For me, once I was set free from addiction and Christ set me free, it says the old things are washed away. Behold the new. You got to accept that there's a new you coming, and the majority of the new you is going to be a lot better than the old you. So accept change, be willing, be teachable, and accept that there's going to be a lot of critique. If you're asking for help, there's going to be critique. There's going to be constructive criticism. You got to be able to accept constructive criticism. Sometimes it can strike a nerve, but if it's not with malice, if it's with good intentions, accept it and grow from it. You got to grow as a person. Each and every day you got to grow more and more. And this is something I still work on every day. Every day I'm trying to grow better as a father, as a husband, as an employee, as a brother, as a son. I'm trying to do better. There's a lot of things that I got to work on, attitude-wise, my mouth. There's so many things that I still got to work on each and every day. And it's hard sometimes because the devil's around every corner trying to give you a swift mouth, a slick mouth. Though I got to give in to do those things, I am only human and my flesh is weak. So I'm working on those things, and as long as you can realize that stuff you got to work on, as long as you can accept that, hey, this is a problem in my life, I gotta fix it, you're halfway there, really, in my opinion, because once you realize, hey, this is an issue, you can begin to work on it each and every day and to become better as a person. And I try to be open-minded about a lot of things. I try to take constructive criticism the best I can, and all I can do is keep working at it. And the same for you. Just keep working at you, and once you fix you, life becomes a whole lot better. You have to practice acceptance on a daily basis. Learn to accept that your life doesn't have problems, it has conditions. That's real deep right there. You know, it's your life is it's not necessarily problems that you're having, it's conditions. It'd have been a lot better to be able to read this right after I wrote it, because I probably had something in mind of what I meant by that. And to me, what I think is there's conditions in your life that you can change with either your attitude, like even if it, you know, people say it's money problems, not necessarily money problems, it's something that's holding you back from making more money. There's always a way to make more money. There's always a way to strive for better. So I don't think it's necessarily a problem. It's more or less a condition of, are you getting up and going to work every day? Are you working the extra hours when you can? Are you using it as an example, because that's a lot of people say we have money problems, or you know, they're not financially fit. Well, there's a way around it. And once you accept that 90% of the time you're in your own way, if you step out of your own way and just get up and grind each and every day, a lot of these problems will go away, because in reality they're only conditions. And once you meet the requirements to overcome those conditions, it'll get a whole lot better. You just got to keep going, keep striving, whether it be a condition of attitude, keep working on that each and every day, a little bit each and every day. Catch yourself when you feel like you're getting an attitude. Catch yourself, stop, think, watch your actions, watch your tone. That's my biggest problem, my tone. I'm really monotone, so a lot of the stuff I say sounds smart alecky or sounds real slick, but I don't. A lot of times I really, really, truly, deep down, I don't mean no malice by it. It's just the way I sound, and I got to work on that. I got to sound more cheerful, to oversee that monotone condition that I have. So it's just something I got to work on, and I'm trying to, and I don't know exactly how to tackle it, but I'll figure out a solution soon enough, and that condition will be taken care of. Yeah, a lot of things are not problems in your life. It's just conditions, and once you meet the requirements to oversee those conditions, you'll be a lot more successful in life and your walk of sobriety. You have to learn you can only control you and must accept others as they are. That's a big one, because we so want to change others so much. If you're anything like me, you're always, well, why is this person like that? Or if they would just do this, or they would just do that. Well, that ain't them. That ain't what they do. But sure, you can give them constructive criticism too, but the quicker you accept that they are who they are, and just get on your knees and pray for them if you got to, and maybe it'll help them with their condition. There's no more powerful tool than prayer, praying for someone, even your enemy, because they might be going through something you don't even know about, and that's why they act the way they do towards you. So as soon as you learn to accept people for who they are, and just show them grace and show them love and tenderheartedness, kindheartedness, it might spark a change in them. It just might be the love they needed to turn a new leaf. You know, you never know what someone else is going through. So just try to be more kind-hearted, and I'm working on that too. That's something I got to get better at, but I'm working on it, and that's all we can do is just work. Every day it's work, work, work. You can't slack off on it at any given time, because then you'll begin to slip back. Just for today, prayer helps with acceptance. Turn to God for your answer. When you pick up that white chip, you have something on your side you never had before. And that something is a group of men and women that's been there, done that. You know, I know we've all heard that saying a million times, been there, done that. Well, a lot of times in AA that is true. If you listen to the older ladies and gentlemen in the group, they've probably been in that same situation you're facing. They've probably been there before. They probably have handled that situation before. So if you will take that knowledge that you learn in the group and apply it to your own life, you'll be very successful in your walk of sobriety. We're all in a tough time in this world right now, so unity is going to help us strive and become, you know, what we were meant to be. We were meant to be a one big family, and the family of AA shows that each and every day. There's a lot of non-alcoholics and non-addicts that could use AA just to help work on them. You know, I know plenty of people that could use it just to help work on them as a person, because it makes you start to realize the little things, like me realizing that, you know, I got a monotone and I got to work on that. I tend to be a little smart at the mouth sometimes, and I got to work on it. I've gotten a lot better than I used to be, but it's still something I got to get better at. Just learn to accept the fact that there's always going to be work. You're always going to have to work on yourself, and you're always going to have to show grace, because you never know what someone's going through. Before I end this video, I'm gonna read off one more thing. This is a poem that I received from a guy at work that he received when he was in AA. He's still sober. He's been sober for a long time, and he shared this with me, and it's a beautiful, beautiful poem. Positively negative. We drink for joy and become miserable. We drank for sociability and became argumentative. We drank for sophistication and became obnoxious. We drank for friendship and made enemies. We drank for sleep and awakened exhausted. We drank for strength and felt weak. We drank for exhilaration and ended up depressed. We drank for medical purpose and acquired health problems. We drank to get calmed down and ended up with the shakes. We drank for confidence and became afraid. We drank to make conversation flow more easily, and the words became slurred. We drank to diminish our problems and saw them multiply. We drank to feel heavenly and ended up feeling like hell. We drank to cope with life and invited death. That's deep. That's a deep, deep poem. Soak them words in, because everything that poem says is true. That's exactly why we picked up that drink or drug, to try to solve every one of those problems, and we caused a new one, a worse one. If you're struggling today, accept the fact that you need help. You can't do it alone. You shouldn't have to do it alone. And there's men and women that are here for you, that want to see you succeed and have a beautiful life of sobriety, because it is a beautiful life. I'm very fortunate to be where I am today compared to where I was, 7 years ago in a jail cell, bouncing from, couch to couch, not really knowing for sure where my next meal was coming from. Living a life of misery to have a beautiful life that I have now. I'm very grateful that I accepted the gift God gave me, which was his only begotten Son, that I may be set free from my chains of addiction, my chains of torment, my chains of grief, pain, sorrowfulness. I am so glad that I accepted Jesus Christ in my life as my Lord and Savior, that I may be set free from the bondage I was in. If you're struggling today, accept the fact that there is one that can set you free, and his name is Jesus Christ, the only Son of God. When you accept him in your heart as your Lord and Savior, you can be set free from all the torment that you're in. If you're struggling today, reach out. You don't have to fight alone no more. Reach out. Reach out on this channel. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Instagram. Find me on TikTok. Every one of them. Set Free Fishing. Find me there. Reach out. If you need to talk about anything, you need a little bit of guidance of where to start, reach out. And accept the fact that you never have to fight alone once you join the fellowship of AA or NA, whatever you choose to join. And once you accept Christ into your heart, you can be set free as I was set free. And remember, while you're out there, during all this craziness that we're in, find the time to make the tug your drug.